Good morning. Good afternoon if you're doing this in the afternoon. So we're back. It's amazing. So for a month or 28 days of strong, I've been really thinking about what does strong mean. And for me, it means just meeting my edges in wholesomeness and learning more about myself. And so I've been really noticing how I do my yoga. So tendency is that I do a pose and then I start to move a bit in the pose. And that seems to be the strengthening stuff that we'll be doing. So during the next 28 days, when we go into a pose and then I say, and now start to do this and now start to do that, you can just ignore some of that information if already you're at your maximum because of the pose we're in. So just edit, turn up, do what you can, grow, learn. It's a month-long journey. You don't need to have, it doesn't have to happen today. It doesn't have to happen even in this month. It's that sense of just have an adventurous mindset and let's try and see which directions we could support our bodies to be stronger, more mobile, more juicy. So I'm looking forward to this month. And I hope that you have a wonderful October doing yoga with me. So come stand at the front of your mat. Come. So standing at the front of your mat, your feet are hip distance apart. And then just roll down along your spine. And so as you roll down along your spine, just feel your spine, your legs, your body as you roll down. Let your hands come down to whatever point they travel, and then bend your knees and travel all the way back up. And when your hands are near your thighs, reach your arms up and look up. And then lowering your arms down, let your spine round and roll forward. Bending your knees as much as you need to. And then slowly rounding up, rolling up, reaching your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Nice, one more time. Rolling down. As you roll, really let your head be heavy. Notice the quality of your spine. This is in the last 28 days, it was the child's pose as our first pose. This is our first pose here. So this will be the quality quantifier, the checking in. Reach your arms up and bring your palms together. So bending your elbows, bending your knees here. Come all the way down. Hands to the floor, round your back and draw your forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your right leg long and step it all the way back into a lunge. Now step back into your plank. 2 feet are on the floor, both hands are on the floor. Drop your knees to the floor, lower down until your belly drops to the floor. Bring your fingers wide, so your fingers are wider than your mat. Lift your toes off the floor, tuck your chin in. And reverse backwards. Keeping your chin tucked in, just feel the strength of your fingertips and the length of your spine. Nice. Lowering down, hands to the floor beside your chest. Push back into a cat, all the way back into your downward dog. And just have a bit of a wiggle. Let check in. So if you've been doing yoga with me for a while, you know that I don't believe there's any perfect posture. I don't believe that there's any perfect way to be. I don't think that there's a certain strength that's more important than another. So it's a little bit of strength in many different directions. It's a little bit of movement in many different directions. It's the ability to wiggle in a pose is far greater than depth in one direction. So great. So stretch your right foot up towards the ceiling and step your right foot forward between your hands. Nice. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. When your hands are near your thighs, reach your arms wide, bring your palms together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your left leg long and step it back into a lunge. So what we're doing now at the moment, step back into a plank, is my sun salutation. Drop your knees to the floor, lower your belly all the way down. Bring your fingers wider than your mat. Lift your toes off the floor. Tuck your chin in and reverse backwards. So it's kind of something that I've stitched together over the years. And so it's going to be the foundation of the beginning of the class. Bring your hands beside your chest, push back, and then all the way back into your downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle. You know, what's moving, what's not, as you connect in, as you listen in. You know, are your heels dropping down to the floor? Got a text yesterday from somebody who's on the 28 days in August, and she's on day 19. She said for the first time ever, her heels touched the ground yesterday. I'm like, woohoo, how amazing. So yeah, so slow, progressive steps. We change in the most amazing ways. Stretch your left foot up towards the ceiling. Step your left foot forward. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, bring your palms together. Hands come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. So we're going to do a variation of that. So reach your arms wide, palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down, hands to the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor and then step your foot back a tiny bit and just drop your right knee to the floor. So my right knee is really quite close to where my right foot was. And then come back to stand. And then lift your right foot up, drop your knee to the floor. And then come back up. One more time. Lift your right foot up, drop your knee to the floor. And then lift your foot up and step it back into your lunge. So bring both hands to your front knee and then bend your back knee a little bit and then stretch into the back leg. Really feel the deep length into your calf. Bend your back knee a little bit and then stretch into your back leg. One more time. Bend your back knee a little bit or a lot and then stretch your back leg. Nice. Drop your back knee to the floor. Bring your fingers to touch the floor lightly and stretch out through the front leg. Nice. Bend your front knee. Lift your hands up. Turn your palms forward. And as you lean your hips forward, draw your hands back. Nice. Bring your fingers to the floor. Stretch out through your front leg. Bend your front knee. As you lean into your hips, bring your hands back. Your palms are face forward. You're really leaning and opening at the same time. And again, one more time. Bring your fingers to the floor. Stretch out through your front leg. Bend it. Lean into your hips and draw your hands back. Nice. Step back into your plank. Pausing there for just a moment. Drop your knees to the floor and then just drop your nose a little bit lower and then straighten through your arms. And so you're just doing your mini version of a push-up. That's a tiny one, a little mini version. You're not struggling. Yeah, whatever that is, whether that be that you just fractionally bend your elbows, that could be where your nose touches the floor. It really doesn't matter. Nice. Now lower all the way down, land on the floor. Bring your fingers wide. Lift your toes off the floor. Reverse backwards. Nice. Lowering down, hands to the floor. Push back. Sit your bum back towards your heels. Nice. Rock forward. So there's a little bit more weight into your hips. And then sit your bum back towards your heels. Nice. One more time. Rock your hips forward. Sit your bum back and stretch back into your downward dog. Nice. Just find your length. Stretch the right foot up towards the ceiling. And then draw your right knee to your right elbow. Stretch your right foot up towards the ceiling. And bring your right knee to your right elbow. And again. Stretch your right foot up towards the ceiling. And this time as your foot comes forward, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Nice. So a lunge. Cool. Stretch out through the front leg. Bend the front knee. Stretch out through your front leg. And bend your front knee. So the next movement is, we end up in it in loads of other kind of ways, but we're going to find it from this place. So the back foot, hop it slowly forward until it's behind the right hand. And then begin to drop your left knee to the floor. tuck your foot under, and end up sitting on your bum with your left knee beside your left hand. For the first few times you do this, it's going to be like moving a dinosaur. Okay? So now you're going to lean forward and then stretch your leg back behind you. So do that another twice. So hop your left foot forward, drop your knee down, sit down on your bum. Great. Stretch your leg back. And one more time. Hop your left foot forward, drop your knee down, fall down onto your bum. Nice. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Make fists out of your hands, roll into your wrists. And then in the other direction. Super. And drop forward towards your feet. Nice. Lean back, draw your knees together, lift your feet off the floor. Hands are just forward in front of you. Nice. Bring the soles of your feet together. Drop your chin down, your nose down towards your feet. And then leaning back, bring your knees together, let your feet float. One more time. Drop your knees wide, drop down towards your feet. Cool. And then lean back. For me, I'm going to roll over towards the right, or whichever way you go. Come all the way back up into a downward dog for a moment. And then just walk forward all the way forward until your hands are beside your feet. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, bring your palms together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down, hands to the floor. So lift your right foot up and then drop your right knee to the floor just behind you. And then lift your left. And then bring it back to where it was. Lift your left foot up and drop your knee down into a kneeling position. And then come back up, both feet in place. One more time. Lift your left foot up and drop your knee down. And then step your left foot back into a lunge. Nice. Bring both hands to your front knee. Drop your back knee down until it maybe taps the floor. And then stretch long into that back leg. And drop your back knee down, let it touch. Stretch long into your back leg. Again, back knee down, let it touch. Stretch long into your back leg. Nice. Drop your back knee to the floor, let it land. Fingers to the floor. Stretch out through your front leg. Nice. Bend your front knee. As your hips move forward, lean your chest and arms backwards. So you're really pulling your hands back, palms are facing forward. Nice. Hands to the floor. Stretch out through your front leg. Bend your knee. Lean your arms back as your hips go forward. One more time. Stretch out into the front leg. And then leaning back as your hips go forward. Nice. Both hands forward. Stretch into your back leg. Step back into your plank. Drop your knees to the floor. Mini little push-ups. Lower all the way down. Fingers are wide. Lift your toes off the floor. Rise. Nice. Dropping down. Hands to the floor. Push back. Sit your bum back. Stretching out through your armpits. Rock forward. Bring your weight forward. Sit your bum back. Rock your weight forward. One more time. Sit your bum back. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. Stretch your left foot up towards the ceiling. Bring your left knee to your left elbow. Stretch your leg up towards the ceiling. Left knee, left elbow. Stretch your leg up towards the ceiling. And then step your foot to the outside of your left hand. Nice. Lean into your hips. Let yourself settle. And then how would you get your right knee between your two hands or on the floor? How would you sit your bum down? So your knee is pointing forward. And then how would you stretch your leg back? How would you sit your bum down? It's a big question. And then stretch back. One last time. Sit your bum down. And bring the soles of your feet together, your knees wide. Nice. And then lean forward over your feet. Lean back. Knees rise, feet rise. Nice. Lean forward over your feet. Lean back. Knees rise, feet rise. Nice. Bring the soles of your feet together and then just spiral that right knee. So your right knee comes to the floor where your right foot was. And then spiral it back. And then spiral your left knee. Nice. And bring it back. Right knee in. This time, either bring your hands, we'll start off with the first time. So bring hands either side of the left knee and bring your nose down to your left knee. Come back up. Spiral, so both feet are together. And then left knee into the middle. Bring your hands either side of the right knee. Draw your nose down. Come back up. Both feet together. Bring your right knee in, and this time you have the option of bringing your hands down again or reaching your hands back. If you're reaching your hands back, then try and bring your nose down to your knee. Coming up. Change. Both feet together. Left knee spirals in. Either bring your hands either side of the right knee or reach your arms back and bring your nose down in the direction of your knee. And coming back. Cool. Stretch both legs long. So there's a movement that we're going to be incorporating. It's one that really makes sense to me. So have both hands forward so that you're reaching forward towards your feet, and then pull your right elbow back like you're pulling on a bow and arrow. And then your front fingers are the arrow. And now begin to point the arrow like you're following a bird. So point the arrow as much up towards the ceiling as you can, but you have to keep following the arrow as you point up. And your bow, you have to keep pulling your bow back to follow your arrow. And then bring it straight forward in front of you. And then follow that arrow over towards the left as far as you can. You're really holding your bow and there's a sense of tension in your arms and your eyes are following that front hand. And then follow your bow as far over towards the right as you can. So you really pull the right elbow back to get around that corner. And then come back to center. Change hands. Both hands go forward. Pull the left elbow back. You're creating a tension in your arms, your bow and arrow. And then follow that arrow up, following it with your eyes. And then down. And then follow that arrow over towards the right. And center. And then follow that arrow to the left. Notice how there's really not much distance over to the left that you have there. And center, coming all the way back. Cool. So take your right foot, bend your knee. And then bring your right foot up and over. So my right foot is resting on the baby toe side of the right foot. And I'm walking my foot as far to the left as I can. So my right thigh is wrapped over the top of my left. And then just wiggle. Try and lift one bum off the floor and the other. So your right knee should not feel sore. If it does, then bring your foot back out again. So you're just trying to wiggle one bum off the floor, the other bum off the floor. One bum up, the other bum up. One bum up, the other bum up. Hands to the floor, round your back like you're bringing your forehead to your knee. Nice. And then reach your hands behind you, leaning into your chest. Open and look up. Nice. Bring your forehead down to your knee. And then lean back, lifting and looking up. Nice. Bring your hands wide, have a bit of a wiggle. Just mobilize into the shoulders. Nice, other side. Take the left foot, draw it in. Bring the left foot to the side, so the baby toe side is on the floor. Lift one bum, lift the other. Lift one bum, lift the other. Lift one bum, lift the other. Nice. Bring your hands to the floor. Bring your forehead down to your knee. Nice. Bring your hands behind you. Open through the chest. And bring your hands forward. Forehead to your knee. And bring your hands back. Open into the chest. Nice. Bring your arms wide and have a bit of a wiggle. Nice job. Great. Swing yourself all the way around and come into your child's pose. Coming down. You can lie on your back if you wish. You can have your knees bent or your legs long. And just land into your child's pose. Breath is in your belly. It was raining really hard here this morning, so I couldn't see the sky. But now it's clearing a bit, which is nice. Still very dark though. It's amazing. Amazing how the passage of the year. Nice. Coming forward. Pushing back maybe into your downward dog or whatever it is that you do. Nice. How cool. Wow. How lovely, guys. How nice. Lovely. I will see you tomorrow for day 2 of Strong. And yeah, great. How lovely. Enjoy your day.